The last act of today is our last keynote speaker of General Session 1, and he is a talent. His name is Lucca Petrucci. He's a leadership coach, the voice behind the podcast Free to Be, and a passionate mental health advocate. His mission is to help people accept their authentic selves so they can experience the freedom to be who they are, reach their highest potential, and make the impact they were born to make. Please welcome Lucca to the stage.
What is up, y'all? Thanks for that introduction. I'm happy that you all are here today. I hope you're awake. And when I was in high school, which was back in 2011, I'm 31. I know it doesn't look like I'm 31, but this is what sleep... 21? Okay, this is what sleep, self-love, and dancing in my living room to Sabrina Carpenter's short and sweet album brings you. So, when I was in middle school, high school, I hated being talked at. So y'all, this is gonna be a conversation. You're gonna learn from me, I'm gonna learn from you. Second, little ground rule. Y'all, I'm gonna be really vulnerable today, so please, I'm gonna respect you, but can you please respect me as well? And lastly, Fiona the Queen, what's up? Are you ready to have some fun? To continue the fun? Great. All right. Let's see if the clicker works. Boom. All right, so what we're going to do today is I'm going to share with you 4 practices to help you become more confident in your authenticity, in who you are. All right? So when I say authenticity, this is what I mean right here. Boop, boop, this way. Okay. I believe that authenticity is honoring each part of you that makes you you. So as I read these words, I want every single person in the room to answer these 3 questions in their mind. The first, what part of you are you proud of? The second, which part of you are you learning to love? And the last one, which part of you do you find yourself hiding? Your voice, your story, your dreams, your hobbies, your feelings, your body image. Y'all, which one of these parts of you are you so proud of? Your interests, your passions, the things that fulfill you, your core values, your creativity. Y'all, which one of these are you learning to love? Your leadership abilities, your gender identity, your sexuality, your gender expression, your culture, and your ancestry, your gifts and your skills. Now, which one of these do you hide, y'all? It is wild being a human in 2024 with everything happening in the world and in our minds. Am I right or am I right? That's right. Y'all, this last week, oh my goodness gracious. So which part of you do you find yourself hiding? Is it your goals? Maybe you have a little different goals than your bestie or your parents. Your beliefs, your relationships, your personality traits, your purpose, your spirituality, struggles and challenges, your growth and evolution, and people and experiences who shaped you. So, as I share my story right now, and as I share these 4 practices over the next 35 minutes, I want you to reflect on those 3 questions. What part of you are you proud of? What part of you are you learning to love? And what part of you do you find yourself hiding to fit in? All right, so story time. Those were the questions. What part are you most proud of? Which part of you are learning to love? Which part of you do you find yourself hiding? Side note, who in here loves Canva as much as I love Canva, y'all? I feel like I'm a freaking graphic designer at my little coffee shop with my vanilla latte. So, clicker work, please. 4 and 5-year-old Lucca, y'all. This guy knew who he was. This was my first dance recital, y'all. I slayed before slay was even slay. Period. Now, who in here is a mama's boy, a mama's girl? Who in here just loves their mom, y'all? From day 1, this queen has been my bestie. So if you get it, you get it. right? So my mom told me this story about a few years ago, and I love it. So I guess when I went into first grade, I was like, Mom, I need to have a conversation with you. And she's like, what's up? And I said, Mom, it's time that I dress myself and do my own hair. I'm like, Mom, I am a big kid now. I do not need, what's that like motto? Like, I'm a big kid now? Like, I'm a big kid now. Little like for diapers, yeah. So, this was my fit right here. I was like, first day of school was picture day. Like, this little guy was what I ended up deciding to wear. Now, first grade, stepped on the playground. It was my first day. This was what I looked like. And Grant Atkinson blurted in front of everybody, why do you move like that? Why do you sound like that? Why do you have so many girlfriends? I was like, because I slay. Because I'm a baddie before baddie was even a baddie. Honestly, I love internet culture. I love TikTok. And my bestie Marco back there does too. He's here from Fresno. Everybody say, on the count of 3, we love you, Marco. 3, 2, 1. So, Grant said, you're different. You don't belong with us. Y'all, and as a first grader, I'm like, what the heck? I'm literally showing up as myself? And that's all I knew how to do. He's lucky I wasn't there. I wish I had the other. So, stay with me. As a 7-year-old, I'm starting to build this belief that when I show up as myself, something is wrong with me. So then, that day, I go home. A place that a lot of us find love, safety, and acceptance, y'all. And for me, that wasn't the case. Look at this little Lucca right here. Look at how he's holding a little kitty cat. It's time. Who did not put their vote on Do Not Disturb in back there? Y'all, my dad was my first bully. I am an only child. I'm the only grandson. I'm Italian, I'm Mexican, and I tried so hard to be perfect. I did chores every week. I visited my nono and grandma, my grandma and grandpa 2 times a week, y'all. I got straight A's. I tried to be perfect, and nothing felt like enough for my dad. Has anybody in here just not felt enough? Has anybody in here not felt worthy for being exactly who they are? So, I'm trying to navigate all this, y'all, and I'm like, dang, I didn't have the words for any of this. So, flash forward to high school. Anybody play baseball sports in here? Softball? I played baseball for 15 years. This was little Lucca. This was high school Lucca. Who in here is 16? Y'all, this is what 16-year-old Lucca was. Would you have been my bestie? So, I was on the baseball field right next to Tommy. Now, everybody think about the cool kid on their campus. So, Tommy was the one that was always on the all-star team. I played baseball since I was 5. Like, even the coaches wanted to be his best friend. And we were taking a little break at shortstop. It was like 110 degrees in Madera, California. I grew up on a farm. And Tommy looked me in the eye and said, Lucca, can I tell you something? And y'all, when the coolest kid sees you, I was like, in my head, like, heck yes, like, what's up? Tommy said, for the longest time, I've known you since you were 5, I thought you were gay. Now that I know you're straight, you're really, really cool, and I would love for you to be part of our crowd. And in that moment, want to know what 16-year-old Lucca did? Yes! After after years and years and years of trying to fit in, of trying to fit this mold, to be right, to be accepted. The cool kid validated me. Was it who I was? No. But y'all, I thought there was no other option. So 16-year-old Lucca made a promise to himself that this is what I'm going to build my confidence on. So, high school. High school was amazing and so freaking hard, y'all. 2 things can be true. On the count of 3, I want you to repeat that. 3, 2, 1. 2 things can be true. Let's say it again. 3, 2, 1. 2 things can be true. In high school. Who in here is in high school right now? All right, most of y'all. Y'all, in high school, I tried so hard to be this masculine man who didn't feel his feelings, who only got angry when things felt out of control. I stopped listening to girly music or girly shows to fit this mold. I really thought there was only one way to be successful as a human. And I did it all in high school, y'all. I won a national Future Farmers of America competition. I was in Hairspray. I was a Corny Collin kid. Brad. Anybody give me? Anybody recognize that? Yes, some musical people. I was school spirited. I was in ASB. I was SpongeBob in the school rally. I was valedictorian. I spoke at graduation in front of 10,000 people, y'all. On the outside looking in, my best friend, my mom, thought I was just so happy. No one in a million years would have ever guessed that sadness, that anxiety, that loneliness was something that sat in my stomach every single day for 4 years. If anybody in this room is just feeling lonely, is feeling like you don't belong, I want you to remember something that I wish I knew when I was in your seat. Strength is asking for help. If anybody's taking notes, write that down. Strength is asking for help. I wish that I knew that I don't have to figure out life on my own. There were so many days where I'm like, you know what? This is the day that I show up as myself to my family. Like, this is the day, like, I have that pep talk in my head, like, Lucca, today is the day you're going to be brave. And then fear, worry, judgment, expectation popped up and ruled my mind. And they were like, well, what if you show up as yourself and you lose the only love you've known forever? What happens if you're rejected? What happens if you're kicked out of your house, y'all? All real things. I chat with students weekly for the last 4 years, y'all. This is reality. Now, wherever every single one of you is right now, y'all, I want you to know, like Seth said earlier, you are exactly where you need to be, and you are doing the best you can with the resources and the tools and the safe community that you've been given. So the first practice, and the reason why I say practice, what's the phrase that we all know? Practice makes perfect. Y'all, I don't hate a lot of things, but I really do not like that phrase, because being a recovering perfectionist, who in here is a perfectionist or a recovering perfectionist? Y'all, be real. Who's an overachiever? Y'all, okay, I see you. My phrase, practice makes progress. Practice makes you better. When you practice something, what happens at first? When you're a beginner at something, what happens? You fail. You mess up. Y'all, these are all practices. So the first, if you're taking notes, write down number 1 is acknowledge and accept where you are today. Like me in high school, y'all, I accepted, like, dang, I wish I could show up as myself, but I didn't feel safe. And that's where I was in high school. So right here, right now, I have some questions for you. I asked you earlier, and this is how you acknowledge and accept. Ask yourself, which part of you are you most proud of right now? Which part of you are you learning to love, and which part of you do you find yourself hiding? So I would love to hear from 2 or 3 people. Clicker, please. So out of all these words, the first, y'all, I want to hear what Legacy Summit 2024 participants believe is the part of them they have they're so freaking proud of. So from these words up here, y'all, what part of you are you so proud of? Yeah. Your passions. What's one of your passions? Yes. Y'all, and how we affirm in here is we do snaps for the snap cup, baby. So what's one of your passions? Okay, yes. This human wants to start a jewelry business, putting your passions in that business. Someone else, what's a part of you that you're so proud of? Yeah, I'm going to give you the mic. I'll hold it for you.
My creativity.
Yes! Oh, let's affirm with some snaps. What do you like to create?
I'm a graphic designer and I do editing, like video production.
Okay, queen. Slay, baby. Someone else. What part of you are you proud of? One more person. Yeah, what about you?
Football.
Okay, yes! Y'all, and what we're doing right now is practice number 1, is acknowledging and accepting where we are. So the second question, which part of you are you learning to love? For me, y'all, I am learning to love my feelings because the only way through your feelings is to feel. I was taught that the only 2 feelings you can feel when I was younger was be happy, be grateful, put a smile on your face. You have it so much better than so many other people. Or anger. So I would love to hear from a few people. What part of you are you learning to love? Yeah, use your diaphragm. Let's hear it.
So, I'm learning to love my culture, my ancestry, as I am Indian American. So, I've never been like that entwined with my own culture and heritage at home. I've always been speaking it, and, eating this out of my leggings. However, I've never been really like into the culture. So, I never really gone into the traditions or like my house.
Yes, y'all. Thank you for being brave, friend. Who in here is learning to love their culture and ancestry? One more person. What is a part of you that you're learning to love? Someone over here. Yeah, what's a part of you that you're learning to love? Yeah. Yes, Maxwell. What's up? Yeah, so I know you have a loud voice, so share it with us.
Alrighty, the part that I'm learning to enjoy about myself are my core values, because people don't like it when you're competitive, but hey, that's what gets the glory at the end of the day, yeah?
Yes. All right, y'all, and the last question. What part of you do you find yourself hiding to fit in, to belong? Does anybody here ever quiet their voice because at one moment in their life you were told to shut up and be quiet? Anybody ever quiet their voice? I would love to hear from 1 or 2 people, y'all. What part of you do you sometimes hide? You heard my story, you heard the things that I hid. Yeah, what's your name? Davina, yes.
I sometimes repress my culture and ancestry. I grew up in the valley for the early years of my life, and my first language was Spanish. And moving to a prominently white area just made me feel so strange. So like I'm not fluent in Spanish anymore, and I'm just not. I feel like a really strong cultural disconnect.
Y'all, this is nuts.